heard of the Commodore version that's supposedly out there.
Yeah.
Dave, we don't do a intro. Basically, we start with this saying, "Well, we start soon," and then we turn on the audio, and then after a few minutes or so, we actually start the show. The show hasn't started. Yes, I know it's 15 minutes late, but this is very common for this show because the show is more. It's to give more of a vibe of a bunch of people, a bunch of friends hanging out and playing games together, as opposed to an actual like show or a pre-produced presentation.
I mean, the salary is kind of low.
You're not on, Mark, so he can't hear you. Now the system sounds on, so they should be able.
Yeah, well, you could have repeated it.
Oh yeah. Well, actually.
I'm going to play one more game of solitaire, and then I'll get on the CoCo.
You can play solitaire on the CoCo too. Jeez.
Yeah, well, this is the Microsoft one. I'm so far the last 2 years about like a perfect record, and I'm running out of days for August.
Yeah, and you can actually play it on the CoCo 3 also, and the CoCo 1 for that matter.
Where was I? Okay, here we are.
Is set correctly. Why am I? There's
Actually, funny, I just got a message from somebody that from the Commodore world, and he says that he thinks that's one of the games that was announced but never released.
Huh.
Apparently, Commodore has a lot of games that were announced but never released. So
yeah.
Oh, vaporware.
Yeah.
Curtis, I tried doing some different stuff, and I'm going to have to like dive deeper into it. Which I will do when I get things moved around here, hopefully sometime in the next week. So.
All right. Does anybody remember where I put my joystick?
Excuse you.
Are you sitting on it?
He said joystick, not pain stick.
Hey, one man's pain is another man's joy. We don't touch here.
Found it. It was behind my 2GS.
Your what?
Apple 2GS.
What's that?
My computer.
Oh, you use an Apple 2GS?
Well, I was trying to find the Apple copy of this game.
I've never heard of that machine. What does it run? Windows 7 or something? Or
it runs ProDOS 3.3.
DOS? Holy cow!
Not just DOS, ProDOS.
Oh, is that sort of like DR DOS?
It's like ancient DOS.
Ah.
No, that amateur DOS, but the pros.
So this rear guard, it's like most space platform type shooters. It's just that they made the graphics for the ship the other way around.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting. All right. I guess I should start this show.
Indeed.
Yeah. La 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 la. Where's my script? Script. Where's my script? Hello, script.
We're not that professional.
This show is scripted.
Yeah, script. Hello,
Since
more like
when?
script.
It's more like a
'cause
cons.
We're not that professional.
It's more like a conscript.
Yeah, if I don't have my script, I tend to get a little flaky.
Tend to get a little flaky.
Yes.
The script's not helping.
Oh, then I'll talk to my doctor about getting a new script. All right. 987654321. Welcome to another great episode of the CoCo Nation Game On Challenge Live, where we're at episode 97, getting ever closer to the episode 100, where we get invaded by the SWAT and they take us away for cruel and unusual punishment. But in the meantime, this week we will be playing Kingpede by Rodger Smith and Rearguard from Coniah Software.
At least until we get swatted.
Yes. And unfortunately, we're probably going to be more of a fly swatter than a actual SWAT team from the police. This show has low production values. So, Ron says, I'm writing something so I can be on the show. Quote, something. And another hello out to our viewing audience is Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Hey, I got it right that time. Hey, Dave. And hey, Ron. And Curtis, when are you going to be here? Because you're supposed to be here on the show. Nope, that's not a Curtis joining. So
That was me.
Oh, Curtis, about 5-10 minutes. Okay, and on the show, we have, starting from that spot right there, that great guy that plays games and kicks our butts, Jim Rye. Greetings, Jim Rye.
I don't kick any butt, but hello.
And then going in a random order from there. So we'll go that direction. The man behind everything of the CoCo Nation, Mark B. Greetings, Mark.
Hello.
And then we've
Anything need reading today?
I don't know. I'm hoping that we have a reading. I need to learn how to play these games. Then next we have that man that is so exalted he's the only one allowed to talk to the CoCo Nation Game On High Council. Ken of Canadian Retro Things. Hey, Ken.
Bonjour.
Oh, French.
Guten Tag.
Si, senor.
Die Fraulein.
Si.
Fraulein? See?
Si, senor. Ita. Sorry, senorita.
And last
insert modem handshake.
And last but not least, we have that great CoCo and Tandy and the man that made the best game ever for the Model 1 and the CoCo, Nick Morentis. Hey, Nick.
Donut Dilemma. You're talking about Donut Dilemma, aren't you?
Speaking of SWAT teams, that was the favorite.
No, I wasn't talking about Donut Dilemma.
You also forgot to mention that the man that does not make mistakes, Nick Morentis.
What's a bug?
Exactly.
That would imply that...
Wait, you're in Australia. You should know what bugs are.
Nah.
That's not a bug, that's a feature.
And well, the difference is the ones that Nick makes generally doesn't try to kill you.
Give it time. All right, let's see here. right. Does anyone know where I put my analog adapter?
Are you sitting on it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm sitting on my underwear.
All back.
Ew. We don't know. We don't want to know that you're just sitting there in your underwear.
That's more than I think we should. That we wanted to know.
I'm sitting on my underwear, which is sitting on my shorts, which is sitting on the chair.
As long as not.
You
not-
still haven't mentioned any pants.
Yeah. Well, that's right. It didn't say sitting in his underwear. It said on.
It's too warm.
Just remember, everybody is naked under their clothes.
That's right. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can kill some bugs. Speaking of which,
So, Nick, how do you like rear guard on the Model 1? Because that
It's
is
good.
the Model 1 version that Nick is sharing with the stream right now.
It's my favorite version of all of them, actually.
It is good, except that I don't like the fact that you have to use a completely separate key to use the shield.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I like the fact that if you just hit the back arrow on the CoCo version, it turns the shield on.
Yeah, no, I actually, no, hang on. Give me a few minutes. I will correct that.
Okay.
Yeah, I will fix that. Somehow, I'm not sure how.
And now Nick will disassemble rear guard and change the shield key.
No. There's another trick I'm doing. So you reckon the back going backwards, eh? So that's
On the CoCo one. Well, it's going the opposite way on the.
so it's on the right in this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're playing the CoCo version, if you hit the left arrow key, it turns the shield on. So I guess in the Model 1 version, it would be the right arrow key.
Yes, I'm trying to reprogram it. If I can. No, there is a way to do this somehow.
what's my high score so far?
I don't know. What is your high score so far?
Ooh.
Oh.
Let's see. Game on challenge. I guess I gotta scroll back and have a look.
Kingpede is one of those games that got a high score early on and never got anywhere near it again.
Well, somewhere I read, and I'm not sure where. That, oh yeah, there it is, Sabhead.
Done.
Is that working? Programming on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. Programming on the fly, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm going to fire up a shield. There we are. Right, pressing right.
And how did you do that, Nick?
Okay. The TRS-80 does not support joysticks, right?
Right?
So there is a program I've got on the PC. I'm running an emulator. There's a program I'm running on the PC called Joy to Key. So it takes my USB joystick on the PC and translates those codes to keyboard codes. So the emulator thinks I'm still pressing enter, but in actual fact, it's me pressing the right the joystick to the right, I'm actually using a joystick on the TRS-80. It's already pre-programmed for the up, down, left, and right arrow keys, but I've just reprogrammed the right arrow so that it's an enter. So you can only do that with an emulator, though. Otherwise, you'd have to hack the code.
Or you could just hardwire a joystick into the Model 1 and
Well, yeah, well, that's right, but I'm using an emulator at the moment.
hardwire it in so that it reacts to the key presses.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was last
Okay.
Thursday? 21st.
I've seen that on the MC10 before, but not on the Model 1.
Well, this program should work on an emulator for an MC10.
Oh, probably.
Should work with anything.
So, hey, I figured out a trackball. I use mouse as a joystick and then just turn the mouse over.
Doesn't that
I
make
don't
it
think that
backwards?
works, does it? Yeah, it seems like the ball would just disappear into the mouse too.
Ah, shit.
Ah! I need to shorten my name by one letter.
You need to be shorter than Ken?
No, Canadian Retro Things.
See, how about CRT?
I used to put that on a lot of stuff, but then people started giving me slack over it because of the other meaning of CRT. Even though if you're in the retro community, you're not going to think I'm talking about critical race theory when I say CRT.
For saying customize the television.
Oh, you mean, what was that?
But
His train of thought got derailed.
Mm-hmm. Like usual.
wow, that must have been a real impact.
Yeah, it went off the rails down the side of the mountain and into the river.
And probably through some poor dirt farmer's house, killing his entire family. Way to go.
He was a gecko farmer, not a dirt farmer. Oh, man. Okay, I have no idea where my analog adapter is.
Now you're 100% sure you're not sitting on it.
No, I'm not sitting on it.
What did I start?
Cat,
Cat, what do you want?
Well, we've got the TRS-80 and the CoCo version of Regarder. Anyone got an Atari?
there you go, Sloopy.
Maybe.
I got an Atari sitting over there, but I haven't hooked it up yet.
I have one or two Ataris.
One or two.
I have an Echo.
You do.
That sounds like a middle-aged woman.
Yep.
With an attitude.
Yep.
Greetings, Retro Techie. Greetings, Retro Techie. Let's see here.
Plug in the HDMI.
One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's good. No dying.
Yeah, the Apple version's weird. It's called a rear guard, but you're being attacked from the front. Don't know where they get the rear guard from.
Well, you're not on the front lines.
I'll put it up in a minute. Hang on.
You know, this is actually working pretty reasonably decently.
What's that?
I'm using mouse as a joystick in VCC.
All right, yeah.
And then run it in analog mode. And it's does all right. I'm achieved a high score.
Upstairs, Chris.
Hmm?
You didn't put upstairs in your bag.
What?
It's with the box you lost.
No.
There you go. There's the Apple version. But I'm not playing. It's just a video. Oh, hang on. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's more defender-like than. Yeah, it's more defender-like than.
Your shooting is only for a short distance. That sucks.
On the Apple.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's a video playing there actually.
Uh,
I
I think it's like
couldn't-
dwarf. It goes as far as you let it go.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. That's a video playing there actually. That stops you from, I guess, just holding the button down all the time, I suppose. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. That stops you. Which is what the TS80 Model 1 version does.
hmm.
Yeah, the CoCo version does that. It cancels out your last shot if you fire again.
Oh, right, yeah.
It cancels out your last shot.
Retro Techie. I don't know if they've subscribed to your YouTube channel. I don't know if they've subscribed to your YouTube channel. Patrick, nice. Yeah, hopefully it was really good. And so you can join us. Are you on the Discord, the CoCo Discord, Patrick? And so you can join us. Are you on the Discord, the CoCo Discord, Patrick?
I'll see if I can find the Atari version.
Not yet. What are you waiting for? A personal invitation? Well, here it is. Patrick, I personally invite you to the CoCo Discord. Personal invitation? Patrick, I personally invite you to the CoCo Discord. There you go.
Remember to use the shield.
There you go.
Remember to use the shield.
Hello.
Greetings.
No, that's it. That's the end of the show.
So where's all these alternate versions here? I was hoping to see.
I'm bringing them up. I've got the Apple version going.
No, I mean
as
actually
video.
playing it, not just
No,
watching a
because
video.
I couldn't find the actual files.
But he's
Ken, did you
also
have any
not,
luck with yours, or
Yeah, my one works.
okay? So we have a Model 1 then.
I'm just getting the Atari version. So
Well, I thought some people actually had Ataris and
that's
stuff.
what I
and were trying
thought,
to-
but
Future thing.
I haven't seen it, so I thought I'd get a video at least.
Unfortunately, on the Apple version, every version I could find either didn't work or was just a copy of Choplifter.
And Sloopy, did you find the Atari version?
I found it on cassette. They don't have a.
Yeah, that's how they have is on a cassette.
And well, they actually have a picture of the disc version on the Atari site.
Oh, do they?
And, yeah. And
Well, I have a video coming up so that for evaluation purposes, for the comparison thing that we wanted to do, we can at least show it and then mock them.
So I do need to know, Curtis, where did you get the copy of that ad?
From
It
the
has the
Adventure
Commodore-
International catalog, their own catalog.
Okay. No, I just because there's the Commodore sounds like it's a never released version. So
Okay.
I was talking to somebody. They got a website that posts all the Commodore 64's games that never were. So they want to know where the ad is for that. So
Okay. Question for you guys on running it on the CoCo. Have you guys still had that problem where you have to hit reset after executing it, or it auto
Yeah.
executes?
Yeah.
I typed in clear 20, and H3000, loaded it, and I didn't have that. It just went straight in.
Yeah. I've done a P clear 1 and then loaded it and it worked. Yeah. I've done a P clear 1.
Nah, I didn't even do the P clear. I just did the clear 20, and
Or I just
H3000.
use the soft reset and it works.
Okay, because I think that's the same thing we had to do in Sea Dragon. It's actually written by the same author, Coniah Software's Jim Hurd, who eventually ended up being an editor for, was it PC World or PC Magazine later on? But he's the one who wrote those two.
There's the Atari version.
Somebody's going to have to
It's a bit
spotlight it
more
'cause it's
like,
just a tiny little postage stamp.
Yeah.
What, are you playing a video of it?
No, yeah, video.
Yeah, I'm
Is it
trying
really
to-
small?
So the Apple and the Atari versions both are like, well, I guess the Atari version, they are coming up from behind you,
They are, but you shoot them
forward.
forward, yeah.
And the Apple II version was like that too, wasn't it?
The Apple II, but the Apple II version, it's just coming straight at you from the front, and
Coming at you, yeah.
it's basically Defender.
It's more of a defender, yeah.
That's something weird about Adventure National. Like their, ports between machines sometimes were pretty drastically different. This isn't even the
Yeah.
worst one. Try Eliminator
Yeah.
sometime.
The TRS-80 and the CoCo ones, I think, are more the original rear guard idea. What was that game that Steve York did, which was a sort of attacking from the rear again? He did one. I forget what it's called.
Attacking from the rear, Steve?
I thought it was. Or am I thinking of the wrong one?
I
I'll
guess
look it up.
kind of Stellar Lifeline does, depending on.
That's it. That's the one I'm thinking of.
But they come
yeah,
forward
Stellar
and
Lifeline.
back there. so-
Yeah, they come from the back.
Yeah,
and the front.
yeah, from both.
But they come forward and back there.
Yeah, they come from the back. and the front.
Yeah, from both.
I do like their little titles for the levels, though. Some of them are pretty funny in this game.
In the CoCo version, yeah.
I don't know if the other ones have it. I've never really looked.
No, I'm looking at the Atari one now. There's nothing there. No, I'm looking at the Atari one now. Nothing there.
So let me see this Atari version.
The Atari version really has only a one color sprite for the for your ship. It looks a bit bland.
What year
One
was
thing
this
about it-
released?
That I did see on the Apple version is that they do have between screens. You can upgrade your ship.
That's
You can
different.
you can buy fuel or buy shields.
Oops.
I mean, the Apple version doesn't look too bad, but it's just a different game. It's not really
Yeah,
rear guard.
and it doesn't look like either the Atari or the Apple version has the
Parallax?
parallax mount.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
They,
what,
they do run a bit smoother. Like the CoCo version is a bit choppy. The Model 1 version actually is smoother from the looks of it.
Yeah,
what year was
Try the second level on or level 2 or speed 2 on the CoCo one.
Oh, so it's like Sea Dragon, where if you want it to run fast, you pick a higher skill level.
Yeah, pick the higher speed. It's a little bit better. I
Okay.
found that to be a bit annoying too.
So
It's
this
just
is
too
slowed down
sluggish.
on purpose, so it's like a beginner.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But try speed of 2. See if that's a bit better.
yeah, it does run a bit smoother.
the ships, aliens look pretty good on the Apple one. The CoCo one's a little bit boring.
CoCo ones aren't boring
The CoCo ones,
for the bad guys.
yeah. I have to put a hang on. I have to switch back and have a look.
There, look at my screen. There, you got the bugs
That
coming
one
at
was
you.
all right, yeah. No, I must have been thinking of another one.
I got balloons right now. The up and away level.
Here comes the Atari one. 81. One no. 81, yeah. When was the CoCo one done?
83, I think. Is that right?
Huh. It's interesting. Hang on, I'll just.
Adventure
wind
International
up.
came out with CoCo stuff much later, for the most part. They weren't sure about the market at first.
Right, yeah, because on the Atari, they're saying copyright 81 by Adventure International.
I think Atari was the first, or Model 1 or the Atari was the first version released. One of those.
Yeah,
two.
I'd
And
say
the
it
other
would
one
be-
came right after.
Yeah, I reckon it would have been the Atari. No. Actually, where's my Model 1 version?
Because Adventure International started as a Model 1 company, so that was their favored one. And then Atari, I think, was the second major platform they did. So that's the two that usually got ports first.
Not sure what the abort game is. I'll wait for the title screen.
Hmm.
Level 2 is definitely better on the CoCo.
Yeah,
That's
2 is
great.
better.
It's harder.
It is a little bit, but at least it's not as choppy.
Yeah, I found it very choppy. The star background also is a bit cheap looking as well on the CoCo. You can see it's part of a grid.
How is the star
Model-
background? How does the star background look on the Model 1?
Yeah, it's good.
How does the star background look?
It's only the CoCo version that looks like it's part of a grid. So I should get the video of the Model 1 version. That way I can just play them all.
No, I want to see Nick play it. That's the fun part.
Oh, I had it. I did have that running before.
I wasn't
Alright,
here, so
well-
now I got to do it again.
I will switch my video and play it.
I'm going to try this one on level 2.
Yo!
Speed 2 is faster, but I don't see scrolling mountains anymore.
Oh,
I didn't notice that. You're right.
maybe they took it out to get the extra speed.
Sounds like I should optimize this one.
Yeah, there's the stars on the Model 1 version.
And those are just done with periods, aren't they?
No, they're. Yeah, you're right, actually, yeah.
That's pretty sad. I know more about Model 1 graphics than Nick does.
Yeah, I guess the way they sped it up is by not having to draw all the mountains. Yeah, I guess the way they sped it up is by not having to draw all the mountains.
Ouch.
Holy cow. Rear guard for the Atari is partly basic.
That's a surprise.
Yeah,
What part?
games for the Atari are usually pretty basic, though, aren't they?
And the Tirasati and the CoCo ones are the only ones where you can fly down in between the mountains.
If you're playing on level 1.
Yeah.
Here you go, on the Atari.
Zoom up your screen for a bit there, Sleepy, so we can check it out. Zoom up your screen for a bit there, Sleepy, so we can check it out.
Ooh, flashy.
Does the Atari one have multi-voice music intros like the CoCo one too, or?
I have no idea. Let's see here.
Must be Thunderlips.
Oh, I know what something I want to try.
There we go.
It's a pretty uninspiring title page for the Atari.
It's also 1981. That was the same year they released Day Ray Atari, which is where all the great information came.
Even the Tirasati has a more impressive one. It says copyright 82.
That's because they did the Atari one first
Yeah.
to learn how
Wonder
to
when
do
they
it.
did the Apple one then.
Okay, where's the start button?
It's the NE key.
There we go. Huh?
Gee, that was a good one. Yeah, the Atari one is just a white spaceship, no detail at all. It's just a white spaceship, no detail at all.
That's them player missile graphics.
It's
Well,
pretty
that's-
bad.
Did
Yeah.
I say that right?
That's the way things usually were in 80, 81.
Pixies.
And then I think the Commodore 64 upped it to 4 colors, right, didn't it?
Up to, yeah. But even so, what they do is they overlay sprites.
Yeah.
So you can put 2 sprites that have 2 colors and add a third one.
Yeah, at this point, they weren't thinking that far ahead. They were just...
Yeah, they hadn't figured out all the tricks yet.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of us hadn't figured out stack blasting and the like. Just like a lot of us hadn't figured out stack blasting and the like.
You can see the CoCo one's not bad, but it's just got a few things that let it down.
Yeah, the Starfield's just cosmetic. The slowness on with the scrolling mountains is pretty bad, which Eliminator fixed.
Well, technical difficulties. This CoCo doesn't want to run the game at all.
Did you try the P clear or the clear statement first?
What's the clear?
Try clear 20, and H3000.
Clear what?
20 comma and H3000 before you load it.
Clear what? Worked on my other CoCo 3. That was weird.
Oh, that's a bit strange.
The loading.
Loaded.
You got a flaky RAM in there or something?
No, you watch, it'll work now. I commanded. See?
How'd that work?
I told you. That's why I have no bugs.
It's just sheer force of Nick's will.
Oh, it crashed. I know, there it goes.
There we go. We are overrun. Final score 370.
Still no birds in space.
For 81, that's not a bad game.
No.
A lot of games from 81 on the Atari where even though the hardware is capable, people just didn't have the knowledge to bring those capabilities out.
Well, it took CoCo programmers 30 years to get the best out of it.
Well, yeah, to get the best out of it, but to get something very good, it's probably about 82, 83 when things really start to roll, to get moving on the Atari. Because I mean, the big thing was Day-Ray Atari. It was all the information that you really needed to do a lot more with the graphics on it. It showed you how to do the graphics, the display list, how to do the graphics modes, and things like that.
Yeah, we just had to discover that all on our own.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that when it was released, most of it, or well, half of it had already been discovered. They were just working out the details on it. I mean, because it was already known about the display list because of the way it was.
There were some good programmers though on the Atari, but those ones produced for the 2600. That's where the market was,
Right.
because there were some pretty good things on, considering how limited the 2600 was. There are some programs that really do some good tricks on the Atari on the 2600.
Didn't that machine only have like 128 bytes of RAM?
Yeah, it had
Enough
bugger
for a
all in
scan
it.
line, basically, and a couple of variables.
Yeah, so they did have the knowledge, but all those knowledgeable programmers, they basically programmed on the 2600.
Yeah, they also up until 82, there the games for the even the games for the 2600 were pretty basic or pretty simple.
Yeah, but there were a handful of good
Yeah.
programmers, especially those from Activision. They did some pretty good stuff.
Oh yeah, but even Activision, I mean, their first releases were 82.
And they were ex-Atari programmers, so they had access to the hardware at a level most people didn't.
Yeah, because they were still learning themselves well, I mean, most of them didn't join Atari until like 79, 80.
All right. Well, I've set the low bar. 6370.
On which one?
That's Kingpede.
That's not bad.
Go back and get a worse score.
Oh, I've been doing that all night. So. My fingers get tired easy.
Need to exercise them more.
Yeah, only the middle finger gets a lot of exercise.
Not touching that one.
We need to develop like a joystick yoga ball. Build up those muscles.
All right, there's the first yawn.
Morning.
I have to play a bit of Neutroid to wake people up.
You talking about that when people sleep? Yeah, there you go. That's Neutroid reaction right there. Was the CoCo version the only one that has these cutesy little phrases between each level?
Yes.
Ah, damn cat.
Look, sounds like somebody's computer crashed.
Damn cat.
Somebody's computer crashed.
The cat crashed. Oh, Mark's falling asleep already.
No. I'm not falling asleep. That was.
Nah, he hasn't started playing Neutroid yet.
This was the cat dumped a bucket of crud on top of me. You know what? I'm gonna put you in the cage with the other one. I picked up one cat from the vet today. She had surgery. She's wearing a collar or the cone of shame. It's the one that had a broken leg.
Oops.
Yeah.
It's all right. It
We
had three
think-
more.
Start calling her tripod. The kids named her Fluffy, and immediately both the vet and I thought Hagrid's dog.
Here's the artwork for the Atari version. And Apple version.
Yeah, Adventure National usually use the same artwork for each because they sometimes had multiple platforms on one tape. I don't know
I
the
think
CoCo
it-
version because it was so late if it was different though.
Yeah, this says disc on it.
Yeah, they sold it under both, if you remember from when I showed the ad. Did I send that ad to you, Ken, or no? Can't remember.
No, you didn't.
I should probably send that to you after I die.
Oh, okay. So Rearguard tries to load the high scores off the tape, is what the deal is.
Yeah, the Atari version by Neil Larimer, assisted by Sparky Starks. There was an arcade machine for this?
Okay.
Yeah,
Continue pressing reset until the screen is blue. My screen is not ever going to be blue.
Because it's
Yes,
a black
it is.
and
Just
white.
swap it in VCC.
Maybe pressing reset for a while then.
I had to hold down the F1 key and then hit the, what is it for reset for VCC, F5 or something?
There's
No,
the,
I'm in
Fine.
RGB mode, so it's black and white.
Oh,
It ain't never gonna be blue.
There's the what the disc looks like for the Atari.
Are you using a SCART box?
There
no,
we
he's
go.
using VCC, I think.
Yep, BCC.
And an old version from what I've seen.
Wait, no, this is 2.1.0.8.
Oh, I thought you had the really bright colors there on artifacting when you. Oh no, you were probably running RGB patch stuff then. You could
Yeah,
just
I was-
switch it to composite, but
I did switch it to composite.
because this one actually defaults to the right color. It's one of the nice ones you don't have to fiddle with.
What I don't like about artifacting is like what it does to like the AH over here, and where the red and blue sticks in some of these black colors. Really like that. But that's artifacting.
Evidently, it was cassette for the Atari and only disc for the cassette and tape for the Atari, but only disc for the Apple.
Everything on the Apple was pretty well only disc after about 1980.
Wait a minute.
You know what? I'm gonna try the cassette version.
I like the questions that it asks, or the in the ad. Classification, arcade sound, yes. Game save feature, no. Multiple skill levels, yes. Those are pretty common questions. Graphics oriented, yes. Real time,
Well, if you think back to 1981, those were valid questions for a game.
Yep.
Right, especially from Adventure International. Back in the first days of me getting a modem, I would avoid Adventure International programs because most of them were text-based.
Well, most of them are
Where
adventure.
they adventures.
Why? Because you didn't know how to read back then. Was that the problem?
Back then,
I knew how to read. It was just too much work. I mean, it takes a while to sound out all those vowels. And then when you add the consonants, that makes it even worse. But yeah, this is the page on Atari Mania for it. And here are some ads for it. Ooh, that makes it look good. They came out of the blue of the western sky, and it's up to you to stop them. Rear Guard, featuring arcade action, graphics, and sound. You know those alien residents who look like blue jello and smell like a cow pasture on a warm day? Well, they're up in arms about something and have declared war. Their weapons are cyborg ships with their intelligent parts suspended inside. These cyborgs pursue like crazed bats to try and kamikaze your crew pods. They're armed with an unlimited supply of guided energy darts. But even when you blast them, their doomsday missiles come right at you. Good luck. You'll need it.
How was going to be turned apart?
Rear Guard features many of the extras which are usually found only on coin-operated video arcade machines. These include advanced play levels, running high score with high score clear option, two-player option, brilliant horizontal scrolling, and great sound effects.
I can't find a Commodore 64 version at all.
There isn't one.
Yeah, I'd say Ken's right. It never did come out. Apple, Atari, TRS-80, and CoCo.
That's looks like 70s if I've ever seen it. The very end of the disco era.
It's like Olivia Newton-John.
yeah.
Scott, yes, we always have room for you. Even if I'm 20 minutes late to reply to you in the chat. All right.
Sure is.
Yay, easy. Yay, easy. Oh, damn. No wonder it's so hard. Using my analog joystick in digital mode. Using my analog joystick in digital mode.
So Curtis, you got that one that has the Commodore version listed in it?
That one doesn't? I can't remember if it does or not.
No, that one just has the Apple Atari color computer and Model 1 and 3.
Okay, so it's got to be a later one. Let me check. Oh, and Justin's attempting to desolder his 609 CPU there, Slippy.
Uh-oh. But at least he has a real 6309.
Yeah.
This is very difficult with an analog with a digital joystick.
What is?
Kingpede.
Play it on the 8-way.
I am.
Use a mouse with XROR.
I'm using an analog joystick.
What if you're playing it on real hardware? Oh wait,
No.
then I've got an analog joystick. Never mind.
Well, no, I'm using it on a PC, but. Well, no, I'm using it on a PC. Let's see here.
I was playing Kingpede with digital using the arrow keys, and that wasn't fun.
You can imagine.
Interesting.
So Nick, I see that you just keep showing the videos of the games, but I haven't seen you actually play yet.
Oh, well, I played it before. I've lost interest now. It's not neutral.
As soon as anybody has to, like, witness the fact that he's playing a game, he's lost interest. Funny how that works.
Still trying to find a more info on that Commodore 64 one, but
Good luck, because I've been talking to some of the Commodore programmers, and they have never heard of the game. So
yeah, I think it never got released.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it never got released.
I did show the ad for it, though, didn't I? Because I can't find it.
you did. That's the only reason that I know that there was supposed to be a.
Oh, here, found it. So this will be on page 5. I'll send it to you, Ken.
All right, perfect. Thanks. Then I can post it in that website.
Now, it's not listed on the main header at the top, but it is listed on the list of tapes and discs at the bottom.
Yeah.
There's no screenshot, is there?
Just the Atari one.
Right.
And I've seen one website that mentioned that it was released on the Commodore 64, but every other website says it wasn't. Or, I mean, every other website just says the Atari, the Apple, the.
It does say Color Computer and COM64 versions by Coniah Software, which is Jim Hurd. So I don't think I still have an active email address for him. He was still at PC Magazine when I wrote him 20 years ago. But he gave me permission to release his for free, so you're legally playing Rearguard.
Woohoo!
Does he still have a uncorrupted copy?
He had no copies when I wrote him 20 years ago. He went
Oh,
all
well.
PC and got rid of his CoCo stuff.
Okay.
Even Wikipedia doesn't mention a Commodore 64 version.
Oh, it's definitely mentioned this ad. This is the volume
Yeah, that's
3, issue 5, which is from later '83.
There was one website that I saw that mentioned that that included the Commodore 64 in the list of where it was released, but
Sloopy, you still there?
Nope.
I think Justin's trying to figure out the capacitor to fix that yellow bar thingy.
He'll get it.
it's the one that's inside the CoCo 3 on the motherboard. It's the one that's inside the CoCo 3.
Because
Just replace them all. You'll get it.
Pretty
Well,
much.
it's just the one that affects that yellow bar, isn't there? That big one?
Yeah, but if one's going bad, then it's probably not a bad idea to replace a bunch of them. That doesn't
Okay.
take that long.
So mine is.
It does to him.
Mine
Actually,
keeps-
I shouldn't say that. It took him like 2 hours to get to the CoCo last time to find out he didn't have the right parts.
Mine just keeps locking up right here.
Where's yours locking up?
Well, at the globe, but then eventually it just came to the main screen.
Do you have sound off?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's playing music.
Oh. Because I'm trying not to annoy you guys. Is this the practice mode?
Is there a practice mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 1 or 2
It
players
says
or
1,
practice.
2, or P.
Well,
Sea Dragon did.
I thought I hit 1.
That looks like one to me.
Have you beat level 1 yet? Because if it is, you're probably on the practice mode.
Way to rub it in, Ken.
I don't know where I'm at.
I think it's frame lock though, because I tried the double speed poke before I loaded it up, and I don't see much of a difference.
What's that, the CoCo version?
Yeah. I tried the CoCo 3 speed up poke there, and I don't see much of a difference. So I don't know if he's using that for page flip timing or something.
Maybe.
Because he didn't use that on Sea Dragon, I know.
Which one did he do first, though? Rear guard, was it?
Pardon me?
Was rear guard the first one he did?
Nope, Sea Dragon was the first one.
Right. Well, it might be something he learned afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sea Dragon had a bit of flickeriness with the scrolling.
Right.
whatever you do, don't hit fire button 2.
What does that do?
Oh wait, that pauses the game.
How do you unpause?
I was able to resume with enter or something.
Oh, that's actually kind of handy.
My game.
Because on a CoCo 1, you probably have to hit enter or P or something to pause it.
Yeah, I thought it just crashed.
So being able to do it actually from the joystick without having to put it down and reach over to the keyboard is actually kind of handy. And it flew because obviously the CoCo 3 wasn't out yet, so they wouldn't have known. About 2-button joysticks.
Hey, I got on the high scoreboard.
My game's not showing up on the YouTube.
Just gonna turn down Justin a bit here so I can hear you guys better. Mark, you gotta quit playing Neutroid there. I can hear you yawning from here.
Yeah.
I thought you said he was putting a socket in for the CPU.
Well, he was desoldering pins on the bottom, and now he switched to the capacitor. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, because that board's all socketed. He must have been trying to work on the yellow.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, there's the music.
Is that mine coming through?
If it's the 4-voice music playing Pale Blue Yonder, or whatever it is.
Yeah, it is.
Did the Model 1 to 3 do any music?
Yeah, it did, yeah. Why doesn't this damn joystick work?
Generally, you move up, down, left, right, and you press a button.
Using VCC, but it's not.
You have the right one selected?
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do.
I think it only goes up and down.
I don't know
Yeah,
why.
left turns your shields on, you just move up and down. So.
Yeah. Ah, you gotta hit the letters. Yeah, it's a little bit sluggish in one.
Yeah, but you do get the mountains, man.
Well, that's why, you know.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be, because if you compare like Eliminator, which runs much faster than this, and it doesn't have the problem. Mine's 2 different programmers too. That was by Britt Monk.
And I don't like the thing whereby you if you hold the button down, the doesn't let the shot go full length.
That was on purpose on this one. It was meant to be shooting like Gorf, so you could abort a shot if you know it's going to miss. It does take getting used to. Once you get used to it, it's actually kind of handy. It's either that or that you have to have multiple shots at the same time.
Yeah, I'm bored with it already.
Let me try on the Gimme X at 3 megahertz there, see what that does. Well, actually, if it's frame locked, it won't matter.
Well, try it and see.
Nah, I got to plug everything back in there.
Yeah, it really.
And I've still got to watch Justin. I've still got to watch Chronological Gaming here too, because he might be getting to the A's of the July 2, which would be Astroblast, which holds special fondness for me. Ken, have we played that one on the Game On Challenge?
Sorry, which one?
Astroblast by Mark Dyden?
I think so.
I can't remember.
Oh, damn, this is nice.
What is?
I've got a poison mushroom are at the top left, all the way down, so they come right straight down on the left side.
Yeah, and you just hold down fire, and just take them all out.
Yeah.
That's why I like the Scorpion, even in the original Centipede, because if you line it up properly, it's just like 3 points galore.
The firing is different on level 2.
Oh, is it?
It only fires one shot, and it goes the entire screen length.
Well, that's the same as this one. Can you abort the shot still?
No, it doesn't abort.
Okay, so that is a difference.
Oh, hang on. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yeah. Yeah, no, you can. Yeah, that star background's giving me the shits.
I think you have bowel problems, Nick, because that seems to happen to you a lot on these games we play.
Now I've got to put a real game on. Where's Neutroid?
I thought you said a real game, not a real hassle.
Hey, we've at least got a few people watching. Don't scare them off, Nick.
Yeah.
We've at least got a few people watching.
Oh, jeez. That was dumb. Sloopy Joe knows a fair bit about the CoCos if Justin gets stuck with something, right?
Who?
Joe's Computer Museum.
He knows
because he upgraded his to 2 meg while we were on the air.
Yeah, he knows about general computers and mostly Apples, but I mean he's good with electronics, so he understands that side of things. So it shouldn't be too hard to apply to the Atari. I mean to the CoCo.
Yeah, because I think he's probably doing the trying to get the yellow bar fixed first, and he already did the 555, so it should be just the one capacitor, basically, right? Does anything else affect that circuit? Do you know?
Yeah. I mean, I've only had to deal with it. A few times. I mean, I think I've fixed like 6-7 boards, and of those 6-7 boards, all but one were the timer, and the one that wasn't the timer was the capacitor. Here, let's feature him on the stream. For those that are viewing, and this is what we're talking about, Justin D. Morgan. He's fixing the yellow bar issue on a CoCo 2, a US-made CoCo 2, and he's also going to be upgrading the CPU to a 6309.
Yeah, I just hope you remember to download some 609 optimized games to try.
Yep, that matches. And C62
I did send him a message on YouTube like a week ago about that. He never responded.
47. Wait a minute, is that 47? Yeah, it's a 47. On the list it's showing as a 22. Okay, it's probably that usually means there was a substitution in the factory. Oh wait, are there any electrolytics in the RF?
Probably what we should have done was
no.
talk to him about restreaming.
So it does look like there's a cap in the kit that is not present.
Like running a CoCo Tech stream where it's just CoCo Tech featuring Justin.
Yeah, it's a shared broadcast.
Oh,
yeah,
that's not a bad idea. Actually, we could do that with a few YouTubers.
And we could probably
have
do that
both
with,
shows up, basically.
Yeah, do that with any CoCo related.
I mean, we could add our 2 or 3 viewers to it.
Reasonable person would suspect for a.
Well, I mean, not the game on Challenge Live. I'm talking about restreaming it as CoCo Tech.
I'm about to remove the
right.
Caps off this board.
Right.
Can we recap it here real quick? Although, okay, I was gonna. So some of these caps I'm going to use braid on because the amount of solder on the legs is like ridiculous, and Yes, there are actually 2 capacitors on the bottom side of the board.
Mhm.
I don't know why Tandy did it that way, but they did.
Yeah, I think he's doing a whole cap thing.
Yeah.
Probably not necessary, but
Eh. It's all good.
yeah, you hardware guys just like to fiddle with stuff, so it's...
Whoa, 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 whoa! Slow your roll there.
And the reason I'm recapping this is because
You just like the joy
got
of
the
soldering, you
distinct
know,
smell
it has nothing
of
to do with actually needing to do some of the stuff.
electrolyte
Unless you got an
while
Amiga or
I
something.
was soldering
You
on this
what?
board last time, so I'm just going to go ahead and recap it.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I said you guys just like resoldering stuff, so even if you don't need to do it, you just do it anyway.
Well, no. Some people just like their first reaction. Oh, recap it, because they're probably bad, even though they have no clue as to what the issue is.
Yeah, well, like if they are grew up, you know, or recently been doing Amigas and stuff, that is a fairly common problem. So
Yeah,
There are exceptions.
but I mean,
If I was working
real
with
hardware
somebody's
people,
exception,
they're actually modding the machine.
and maybe I would probably only replace what absolutely needed. to
We'll
be
actually
replaced,
test the capacitors first.
Sometimes.
But
Well, if you're a real
Yeah.
hardware person, the machine already worked because you fixed it months or years ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, if the capacitors look like a Vienna sausage, it's time to change them.
I'm
Yeah.
going to assume
I want his old solder braid. Good lord.
one capacitor
That
starts
stuff is-
leaking, then they
You
probably
use it in,
all
the,
will-
in a
you guys
ground
scare me with
plane's a
these
car.
swearing words like soldering.
I mean,
manufacturers seem to use a lot of
do you understand what I'm saying about on his solder braid,
throughout the board.
Curtis?
Yeah, it's like braiding hair, right?
Well, no, he's like,
It's big, thick stuff.
well,
Yeah, it's like a wire mesh or something that
Yeah,
you use
but-
to kind of absorb the heat or something.
well, it absorbs the solder. But the
Oh.
thing is that I mean, he's using the thick stuff, which isn't that bad. But the thing is that he's not using very much of it.
Well, now I have to admit, my Model 4P, I have not recapped its main board.
I mean, literally, when I'm using it, it's like all silver.
See, now he's claiming like all the caps are probably going to leak soon. Like, no, they won't.
Yeah.
No, they won't.
I'll do it. If the
They're
main
not.
board needs-
They're not the cheap
They're not
Chinese
the-
caps.
Yeah, they're not the crap ones that came out in the late 80s.
The main board was fine, but the power supply needed recap. So my recap at all applies to like
Gotta admit, I gained a lot of free TVs and monitors off
within the
that.
machine, not necessarily the entire machine.
You did what?
So
Gained a lot of free TVs and monitors.
I'll
Because of caps.
so for my Model 4P,
Yeah, recap them. They've been good to this day.
power supply.
Yeah.
In fact, I even put used caps in, salvaged from
Recap the main board.
old boards.
So I didn't do it.
Old boards.
And part of that was the
Yeah, I have a TV that's sitting here for me to actually look through to see what its actual issue is. It's probably a cap or something that's bad. It won't turn on.
that is a
And
reason why
I don't really need it, so I haven't really looked at it.
like doing the entire computer.
Well, that's where you fix it and try it and then sell it.
Smell
You get
smelled like a
$15 out of it.
assuming that
Yeah, but
Yeah, and there's another guy in the chat there that's saying you should always recap Tandy TRS-80 machines.
yeah.
also these are like yeah with the CoCo
So,
you
yeah,
have to
I'm-
recap it all.
I've only ever had to recap one of mine, and I don't even think that was the problem. It was just
It's two separate.
I was
I've
having
never
power
had any
issues.
of my
so
Cocos
I-
recapped ever.
I think I have
Well, I was
think
having
from
weird
what-
power issues with it, so I thought,
the board.
I think he's talking about
Something.
the actual, like, the Model 1, the Model 3, Model 4, when he says TRS-80 machines.
If my Model 4P
Do those need that fairly often then?
I have no
I don't
idea.
On
Nick, do you know?
the well, on the Model 3 and 4, there was one cap that failed in the power supply.
a kit because I already have it on hand.
Pretty regular, but it was That was a quick, easy change.
But it's like
The rest of them were fine. It was just one particular cap on that Aztec power supply. I did a few of them even back in the 80s.
The solder mask is bubbly. I find they're more fragile.
I think it was underrated for what it was supposed to be doing.
The solder mask is not bubbly. It's the solder that's bubbly.
Yeah, that wrinkly stuff, that's the solder underneath, isn't it? From the wave soldering.
Yep.
There we go. I think that capacitor.
Oh, look at that. He's got
Simulator next week.
He's got gloves
a
on.
lovely, high quality.
He always does.
It's a Nick. It's a Nick brand.
I've seen a
yeah.
couple of YouTubers actually that always
But,
put gloves on when they're doing work on circuit boards.
Totally.
Does that actually help with
totally
anything?
Name brand capacitor.
Yeah.
Just keeping your hands clean.
Yeah, it's so that you don't touch the
Hey, at
icky
least the
stuff
rest of
that's on the
these
board.
are-
So if I ever took up soldering, like I'll ever do that again, I should probably just wear like a hairnet.
Yes.
Eel
Actually, for you, I would recommend a swimmer's cap.
Yeah, or shave myself bald.
That too.
Well, what?
The leads on this.
Well,
one,
Sloopy, you're bald too,
I
right?
have to-
Yeah.
As I recall. Okay, and then David is bald. They're
Yep.
both soldering people.
Yeah, it's because
I'm getting no pattern here.
yeah, it's because we have to deal with people that don't know how to solder.
And I only solder a little bit, and
Yeah,
I'm
these
only
capacitors
losing
remind
some
me a lot
hair.
of the-
Yeah, and I quit soldering and I've got a full head of hair, so.
It's a niche.
So,
account. They just didn't
this
have enough
sounds like there is a
room.
correlation there.
Might be all the
It's a
lead
nice
poisoning
brand,
from the
they
old
just
lead
forgot
solder,
to
right?
put the E.
Nah. It's only if you eat it.
Yeah, Missy's never soldered, and she's got a full head of hair that's all actually long. So maybe there's something to that.
Why do I hear
Oh,
Neutroid?
no, Francis-
Oh,
Firefox
that's
version.
why.
Ah.
Oh, take a wild guess who's playing that.
I needed to see real colours.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night.
All right, Jim. Have
That's
a good
it.
night, and thank you for joining us.
Well, I kind of got a random Firefox upgrade today. I wasn't expecting. I guess I was on Joe's Discord because Joe's trying to.
Here, I'll start a
get
controversy in his
98
chat.
to run on a 486 or something like that, and so I had quit Firefox because I was going to shut down my computer.
I will say the sound in Neutroid is much better than Rearguard or Megapede.
And then
Or sorry, Kingpede.
saw Joe posted something on Discord, and I was like, oh, I need to respond to that. And so I had to launch Firefox again to make sure I was quoting something correctly.
Yeah, the electric
Because I
buzz
was
sounds pretty
making
good.
a funny statement based on a famous line from a famous movie.
I think that's what
So I opened it back up
Brian the
thinking
Music
that
Man needs to do some
I'm going
bass
to see
testing
the
with.
tab I had open when I quit Firefox, and lo and behold, it's the
Needs
you've got
to
a
see
new
how good his
Firefox
amp is.
tab. I'm like, Firefox updated me, and that.
I know, like Bill, if I remember correctly, I don't think he's a huge fan of the solder braid. He prefers a solder sucker, a proper one or something, or vacuum or whatever it is.
Yeah, depends on what I'm doing. Depends if I use braid,
Curtis,
a solder
when I was
sucker, or
working on this board
desoldering
last
tool.
week, I got the
Yeah, because basically they're all used for the same thing, right?
distinct smell
Yeah.
of electrolyte. So maybe they don't usually need recapped, but this one. Something is leaking. Something is leaking on this one. I'll put it that way. Jesse says Firefox hasn't encountered an error with Windows. Oh yeah, speaking of Windows, apparently Microsoft has closed the loophole that let you get a free upgrade from Windows 7 or 8 to Windows 10. So well, I mean, they knew it was there. So I guess even though like the official Windows 7 and
So
8
Slippy, which stream are you watching after this?
they apparently
You gonna watch Justin or you gonna watch Jeff?
left that ability open.
I'll probably have a tab for each, but
but apparently they like
right
within
after
past
the
day or
show
two,
ends, I will be
officially closed it
actually
for good,
taking my daughter to
so-
work.
Oh,
okay.
That's on one of the tech news websites. Like, nope. Now you must.
So probably mainly concentrate on Jeff, because like I said, he might be hitting some CoCo stuff. Plus, I know some of the old Apple II stuff as well, if he needs any comments. But yeah, I'd like to see if he actually, if Justin actually gets to try some of the 639 software, if he actually downloaded any.
To which Microsoft
One of these
was
days.
very quick to make sure that it was very clear that that did not affect the free Windows 10 to Windows 11 upgrade.
Well, I think I'm gonna head out for a second here, because I'm gonna grab a coffee before I switch streams, and then I also gotta bring the cat in that apparently is refusing to come in.
Hey, when the snow flies, it'll come
Apple
in.
can be a bit aggressive
Yeah, well,
with
that's still a good
updates,
month away,
but
2 months
Microsoft
away.
can be a bit aggressive with,
Or as soon as Ken and I
Hopefully.
try to drive to Chicago, then it snows a lot.
games. Microsoft's being a bit aggressive.
Well, good.
over
Setting some
Windows
down
11
here because we
upgrade
haven't
for
gotten
some
any
reason.
snow in years.
Ken, we hit 30 degrees here earlier this week again.
Also, I don't
Oh, geez.
particularly like them.
That's 86 Fahrenheit for the Yanks.
To my start menu
We've been
for
a steady
things
about
that I don't want
13,
to
14
use.
degrees here.
Yeah, we hit 19 or 20 today. It's still 13 right now in the evening.
Oh, hey, Sad Mac 356.
Coconut Bob's got taste.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you have to pay him to play one of your games?
Well, Nick does have good games. I mean, which one is he playing? I didn't look.
Undent.
He was playing
Frogger.
Jumping Joey.
Or Jumping Joey.
That's a good one.
Frogger. Don't you know Nick's games?
I still wish he would fix Rupert Rhythm, because the game's kind of cool concept-wise, but it does need a few tweaks.
I don't
To
know.
make it more
I've been
playable.
playing Jumping Joey, but whenever you get to that level 6 and it crashes, then it's just a bug in it.
No. That was a unproven feature.
Unproven.
Now,
Okay, well, I'm gonna drop off, and then if any of you guys pop by the chat in either Justin's stream or in the Chronologically Gaming stream, I'll be in both of those too. So
Thanks for warning us.
All right, I'm out of here.
yeah, whatever one I'm in, just go to the other one. You'll have more fun there.
All right.
And we'll see you guys on Saturday.
Yeah, I think I'll drop off too before I snore.
Oh, one comment. I saw that our number of stream watches on YouTube, I haven't checked Twitch or Facebook yet, but for the CoCo Tech beta episode, actually, we're pretty good. I think we're just about close to what regular CoCo Nation show is.
Yeah.
The
Also,
fools.
Steve Rasmussen. Yeah, we tried to get the soldering simulator game to play, but it was vetoed by Curtis.
Oh, did you want me to write one of those? That's pretty easy. I
Hair-
just draw a guy with hair and then have it go up in flames.
Yeah, Curtis's hair even bursts into flames on simulators, so.
Yeah. Spontaneous human solder air combustion, I think it's called.
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right. Yeah, because
Okay.
See you later.
Later, guys.
bye.
Bye.
so yeah, I gotta figure out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people and 3 games showing.
Just start to type the name of an app.
That's still streaming here.
It would find it, especially if the app is like buried in the.
What's happening? What's happening here? What's happening here?
Enough that I like to search for, but not frequently.
Yeah. Steve, yeah, we want a solder simulator. No, actually, that was someone A friend of mine streaming and working on his CoCo too. He's fixing the yellow bar and replacing the 6309. Well, the 6809 with a 6309.
Having with this capacitor is the leads were bent at a really steep angle. There we go. Ooh.
Ken, I'll let you handle that, Ken.
What am I handling? Playing a game right now.
Slay the Neurosis.
It looks really weird.
Playing a game right now. What about Slay the Neurosis? Neurosis?
No, Neurosis. That's what he said. Ken Rodger said, slay the Neurosis.
The leads are. All right.
Yeah, the soldering, the burning of the hair. Slay the
Uh-huh.
Neurosis.
Well, it's also basically a CoCo game.
And he says, oh, it's Kingpede.
Slay the Neurosis is a CoCo game, so.
Yeah.
Slay the Neurosis is
There we go.
Oh, I thought he was making
That one's out.
making humor with the soldering. Slay the Neurosis of soldering. My bad.
All right, and then let's see here. It should be these two here.
Oh man, it's like the Mayfly invasion we had a couple years ago.
What?
On
Mayflies in September?
actually it was August. It was a few years back. Literally, we had our carnival. It was first week of August, and it was like a huge
I'm not ready to upgrade yet.
swarm of them, to the point where you couldn't even see. And we had our annual carnival, and like they were like all over the equipment because they were hitting the equipment and like slamming into it and dying and hitting the ground, and it was like the ground was carpeted in them.
Although I would like to buy an HPZ 440, like very stripped down model.
Oh, we made it nice and soft, eh?
Yeah, except for the children crying about them. I avoided over where the
Kind of like a suede carpet.
yeah, it was like we had this little thing that was like it went around in circles and you sat on it, and it was like for the kids under 5, and it would go up and down, and it played the Baby Shark tune over and over again. So I avoided that corner of the carnival because I was working security, and and when all the mayflies came, I went to that corner because it was the farthest away, so it had the fewest, which it still had quite a lot. And there was all these kids crying about how all the huge bugs were dying, because I mean they're like 4 or 5 inches round, are huge.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little late to the game, guys. I had to deal with some par stuff.
Some par stuff.
Oh, dead battery. I had to go get a different battery for the car.
Oh, car. I thought you were playing golf.
Oh. Okay. I was really looking forward to tonight too, because I was going to try my trackball here with the Kingpede.
Well, you still can. You've got a few minutes left.
That one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And show ends in 15 minutes.
Yeah, right there.
What? Well, I feel like I have a little more control.
And then
Yeah, I tried using I tried using my Tandy joystick adapter for the PC, but I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it.
Oh, the one you got from Paul?
Yeah.
So I've pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
And
6, 7, 8. So I removed 8.
so I used my Logitech
1, 2, 3. Oh.
dual analog,
Go
and
by the number
the analog on that was
1, 2, 3,
terrible.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 10 on the list, but I think there were 2 that I found weren't.
What I
I feel like
should
I have a little.
Yep.
I feel like I have a little more precision. I just can't move as quickly as I would like to.
Hey, you see all the mayflies that were coming on Tasman's screen? That's what it was like. I mean, they were like everywhere. I mean, you couldn't even look at the top of the Ferris wheel because you'd get whacked in the face by 5 of them. And if you could look up there, there were so many that like the top of the Ferris wheel was dark, and it was only like a 60-foot, 50-foot Ferris wheel.
I liked your video, Ken.
Why, thank you.
That's an interesting
Upgrade for the CoCo
upgrade
2.
there.
Yeah.
I actually looked at the spreadsheet. This large lot that I had bought a couple years ago that we talk about every once in a while.
Mhm.
The guy who I bought it from, he actually kept a pretty detailed spreadsheet of everything that he had. And a nice thing about his spreadsheet that is that not only was it everything that he had, but it was everything that he had ever heard of. So there's probably for everything that he had, there's probably 2 times as many things that are on the list that he had listed. But in the column where he had quantity, it would say 0 because it was kind of like, if you want to say, a wish list. He didn't even have that on the spreadsheet. So that is either, I guess I don't know how common of a thing that was.
Well, the only other person I know that has one is Mark. He's got the 512K version.
Mark B?
Yeah.
What does it do?
It bumps your CoCo 2 up to, mine bumps my CoCo 2 up to 256K.
Yeah, but how? What's its use? I mean, yeah, I guess you have to use software for it.
Yeah. I mean, you can use it with OS 9. Mostly it looks like it's just usable with OS 9. It gives you a whole bunch more graphics pages if you want to use those.
As I was going to say, it's a bit like how the 512K works with a CoCo 3, isn't it? Where
Yeah.
Where you
Like a RAM disk?
well, yeah, but you're able to use the upper parts of memory. You can write things to it and then read and write back from it. So once you load stuff like graphics pages, as Ken was saying, and then you can just call out those graphics pages and bring those in. So
Yeah.
I'm not using the right word. Curtis could probably, or Nick Skinner was explaining it
Yeah,
very well.
I think the original, like one of the things that they have listed is that would be useful for it is for like having adventure games and stuff. You could store some like 65 pages or something of graphics to be able to call up immediately. So when you're going from screen to screen, there's no draw time. It's just pop. There it is.
Right. Yep.
So you can have all those.
I was looking kind of closely at the video, though. I guess there's the one big chip there, but it looks like it's just a lot of TTL. Like it looks like it's something that could easily be replicated if someone wanted to.
I don't think it would be hard.
Is it are you able to, I'd venture to guess it pages it in. Can you change where it pages it in or no?
That I have not gotten that far yet. I have not even gotten it working yet. So
yeah, I mean, I had it playing while I was doing stuff here, and I wasn't able to listen to it too carefully. So
yeah, basically it just turns your memory into 8 banks of 32K memory. So you got four banks of high and low.
So it changes it into 8 bank. So does it swap the entire like lower 32K or? The upper 32K or what?
When you're, what do you mean swaps it when you're using it? You mean?
You said it gives you 32K.
No. It changes your memory into 8 banks of 32K each.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure how it works, Sloopy. I have not gotten that far yet. I have not gotten it working.
So, but it is banking 32K at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably the 0 through.
Which is how the
8,000.
CoCo's always worked. I mean, even on the 64.
Yeah, so it's probably 0 through 8,000 that it's banking.
Yeah.
Yeah, look forward to your part 2 when you get it there. So.
Yeah, you know the RAM upgrades for the Atari 8-bit.
Yeah.
Like how the 130XE does it in the Rambo XL.
Okay.
Yeah, those are 16K banks. But before that official banking scheme was made, there was a 256K upgrade in Byte Magazine for the Atari 800 XL by Klaus Buchholz, and he actually did it that way, where you bank the entire 32K at the bottom from 0 to 8,000.
Okay.
And it's a pretty common banking scheme because so many people did it. So you'll see, although a lot of software will only support the Rambo or the 130XE style banking, there's also a lot of like older software that will support the clause type of the clause B banking scheme.
The only reason I know that it does it that way is because when I was testing it, it was that's how it was memory testing. Would test the upper of bank 0, lower of bank 0, upper of bank 0,
Yeah.
and then it started failing. So because I only have 64K working on it right now.
It's all TTL logic.
Yeah.
Maybe we should remake it.
I wonder if you ran that on a regular 64K CoCo 2, would it read the upper 32 as like bank 2? I wonder. I don't know.
No, it would probably read it the same way. I would think, because it's the first 64 is the upper and lower of.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, but.
All right, everyone, don't go anywhere. I'm going to end the show here. So, thank you for joining us for another successful episode of the CoCo Nation Game On Challenge Live, where we played Kingpede and Rearguard. And join us Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, when we will be announcing the scores for Kingpede. And we will be talking strategy tips and hints on Rearguard and the various versions that are available. We will also be talking about our project updates and our acquisitions and other such fun. And we will also be announcing the new game for the next 2 weeks, which will be a great CoCo game that I'm sure that if we bend his arm, Ken will tell us something about it. Ken?
It's whatever Sloopy chooses.
That wasn't helpful. Do I got to do everything around here?
Yep. Hey, I ain't gonna be here.
Okay. Then maybe I should select, let's see here. What was that really awesome game? RoboCop?
Sure.
Have we played that yet?
Nope.
Or that other one that everyone seems to love. That everyone makes a lot of noise on.
Don't use the P word.
The P word?
Predator. Or Poltergeist.
No, Predator is our final game. It's already chosen. The very last Game On challenge that we have is going to be Predator.
Okay. Well, if they keep having me pick the games, it's going to be Predator. So